Well, I hope you've got your walking boots on, because I'm taking you hiking in a beautiful part of Britain, which Yorkshire people call God's own country. We're going to be walking in the foothills of the three peaks of Ghent, Whernside and Ingleborough. And today we're starting at the iconic Ribblehead Viaduct, over which runs the Settle to Carlisle railway line, which must be one of the most scenic railway routes in the whole of Britain. And it happens that it's celebrating its 150th year anniversary. And Northern Rail was selling off tickets at £1.50 to celebrate. And my walking pal Sandra was able to get some. And so last week we went to Ribblehead and we walked from there down to Chapel Dale and back again. And we had quite pleasant weather and beautiful crystal clear views. Now, of course, if you want to get really good views, you've got to be prepared to climb up the side of the mountain. And of course, that's not easy. But I find the easiest way is to have a rhythm going. And to get that rhythm going, I have a certain song that I sing inside my head. Now, I learnt that song back in 1994 when I was visiting a friend in Zimbabwe. And she took me to her church at Christmas to their convention. And we were in this huge exhibition hall in Bulawayo. And as we entered, of course, they saw that I was a visitor. And so they led me to a comfortable plastic chair rather than the normal wooden benches. And that was actually quite a good move because, in fact, the guy who was preached for almost 3 hours. Now, while he was preaching, it was like God had a different message for me. And what I heard inside my head was this challenge. Today, you have a place of honor, but that's not what I'm calling you to. I'm calling you to a place of suffering. Are you willing to go? And while I was thinking of that, I also had this verse going around in my head, a verse that Paul the Apostle wrote in Philippians 3:10 when he was in prison. And this is what it says: I want to know Christ and the power of his resurrection. And of course, we all say amen to that. But then it continues, and the fellowship of sharing in his sufferings, and so becoming like him in his death. And as the preacher was preaching, he came to an end, and then he challenged people who wanted to say yes to his message to come forward. And I thought it was good to also go forward to say yes to what God was saying to me. And as we did so, we sang this song. I'll say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. I'll say yes, Lord, yes, I will trust you and obey. When your spirit speaks to me, with my whole heart I'll agree. And the answer will be yes, Lord, yes. So my message today is quite simple. You know, if you say no to God, it's like trying to cycle up a steep hill in the wrong gear. You'll find the wheels are resisting you and you're just wobbling all over the place. But saying yes to God is like being in the right gear. It still requires effort, but the wheels will turn smoothly and you won't have that resistance against you. If this is your first visit to my channel, you are very welcome. My name is Junia. That is Junie with an A at the end. Junia. You are welcome to join me for 3 or 4 minutes each week as I reflect on my journey through life, past, present and future. We'll continue our hike next week. Same time, same place. See you there.